In this demo, I'm going to show you how to implement a pattern match selection criteria for a list of files using the Gandalf Solutions file maintenance utility. The pattern match will be a little more sophisticated than Windows Explorer would be able to cope with. I have created a fictitious scenario where I have a current folder where I am recording my documents. Over time, in my fictitious scenario, I have found that I have not been consistent with my naming convention. Sometimes when I've created a temporary file, I've used the temp suffix, and sometimes when I've created a temporary file, I've used the TMP prefix in the name of the document. Furthermore, I have created temporary folders. In this scenario over here, I see I have a folder called a snapshot that I made on the 27th of August, which is a full copy of everything slapped into there as a rollback position. On opening up one of these subfolders, I also noticed that on occasions I have created a folder with the word temp in that folder. So basically I've created a situation where I have several temporary files intermingled with my current files. My objective in this demonstration is to show you how to use the pattern match criteria in Gandalf Solutions in order to return all the file names excluding the temporary files. Let me open up the Gandalf utility. I have in a previous demonstration shown how to install it, and I installed it in this demonstration folder. There it is. I will just open that utility and I am presented with the default window. In my scenario, in this current scenario, we are interested in the current folder, and we are interested in returning all the files within the current folder and the subfolders of that current folder, and we are not excluding any read-only files, so that's fine, include them. We are also not interested in any comparative conditions, so I'll just change that to just ignore the comparisons. Fetch the files just to confirm that I am addressing the appropriate files, folder location. I have a list of files and they all reside underneath the current folder and subfolders, and I notice also that on my last page I see that the list includes temporary files with the suffix, temporary files with the TMP prefix. I've got files residing in snapshot folders. There's my file 06, which is in a snapshot folder. I also identify the fact that I've got files residing in folders with the word temp in them, file 01. So my objective is to exclude all those temporary files. I will use pattern matching to do this. For a start, I'll focus on the file. I won't use wildcards because I think my condition is probably very difficult, if not impossible, to achieve with wildcards. I will use regular expressions. Now, regular expressions are extremely powerful, and I am by no means an expert at them, but there are some few basic patterns that one can use and produce powerful results. Under the help section over here, I have a brief explanation and some examples about regular expression, but there is an awful lot available on the web about regular expressions there is a link that you could follow through to get more details if you are interested. In this particular scenario, I am interested in identifying all those files that have TMP in them, or, and that's the vertical bar, or TMP in them. That should give me all those files containing TMP or temp. Now these files are in fact the files that I want to exclude in my list, so I'll just click that to say those are the ones I don't want. That has now excluded them. Go to my last page, confirm they are no longer in my list. I do notice, of course, that I still have all those files sitting in the snapshot folder, and also in the temp folder. As I can see in that first row over there, that file sits in the temp folder. So although the name is not a temporary file name, it is residing inside a temp folder. I wish to exclude those files as well. So I will apply a similar pattern in the folder section. Any folder that contains temp, it is not case sensitive. I can use uppercase or lowercase, and or, that's the vertical bar, or the word snapshot. And that expression is not a wildcard expression, it's a regular expression. That should return all the files residing in snapshot folders and temp folders. Now these are in fact the ones that I want to exclude. And now I have a list of files that are current. There are no temporary files, and all the temp and snapshot folders have been excluded. And all that's left of me now is to decide what to do about this configuration. If this is a configuration that I will want to keep for another occasion, then I can save it, which I will do. I will call this my current excluding temp files, and I'll just briefly document this. All current documents excluding the temporary and there you are. Save that, and it's available for me for any further actions. And that concludes this presentation.